Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the UC Esports podcast. It's a little bit weird today. We're about to get started. We're talking with UC Rocket League today, so let's go ahead and bring them on. What's up, guys? we're here. Another beautiful day with the UC Esports podcast. You guys are UC Rocket League, are you not? It's happening finally. Wall RL in the chat is asking for Azo's face. Is it gonna happen?
Let's bring a camera
Hey,
on. Do it.
No, me too. I'll do it. Give me a second.
For the fans.
For the fans, Coach Wall.
Is it happening? Oh, there it is.
It's on now.
Big win.
How's everyone
right.
doing?
We're doing great. Thanks for coming on tonight, guys. We've been slowly making our way through every community at UC Esports. I guess first things first, you guys want to introduce yourselves? In no particular order.
Sure. Well, I'm Evan. I go by Evan. Very creative, I know. I play Rocket League.
Nice.
No, but I'm the boomer of the group. I'm going into my 5th year, so all these kids I play with. So that's about it for me.
Great.
Yeah, Evan's probably the wisest of us, I would say.
Very wise.
because of
He's
that
the
age.
senior
The
citizen.
wisest. Yeah, I'm a senior citizen.
What kind of knowledge do you depart on them?
Oh, I study aerospace engineering.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
Applies
so I get-
directly to Rocket League.
Yeah, going through the air,
Exactly.
I calculate it instantly. So.
Right, exactly.
Really on top of that, and I really use my knowledge, really using my degree here. So.
Great, yeah. Overall.
I think I made my camera
He actually
Yeah, you definitely
chose
made it
aerospace.
work. It looks like your house is just like completely filled with smoke right now.
Yeah, he's got like
I'm
a
gonna-
heavy
Live
Snapchat
troubleshooting.
filter on.
I'll just
Right,
leave
yeah.
it like
Recording with an Android phone.
Okay, I'll go next. I'm Jack. I'm gonna be a 3rd year marketing major, marketing and sports administration minor. But yeah, I've been playing this game for basically since it came out, like 2015. I was a little kid back then on it, but yeah, I don't know. I think I've played it the longest, even though I'm younger, but I've always been kind of off and on, so I've never really like stuck to it for that long until like January of this year. I kind of got more back into it.
Cool. All right, and then last but not least.
Ezio. My name's Anthony, but I go by Ezio. It's my middle name. I've been playing Rocket League since May of 2016. Been addicted, basically, since then. I don't really know too much else. I'm the current community head, and crossing our fingers, if our club gets approved, I'll be the president of the Rocket League Club. So that's pretty cool.
Big things for UC Esports.
Big things.
Yeah, I hope everything still goes smoothly because, COVID kind of threw a wrench in literally anything in the world right now, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, I guess first things first, there's some big things coming up for Rocket League in the future. Transitioning to a free-to-play model. What are we thinking about this? Because it's not much longer that you can get it on Steam, right? And then it's transferring to Epic Games.
Yeah, it's going straight to the Epic Game Store. Everyone on Steam can still, if you still have it on Steam, you can still play it on Steam. But it's going straight to the Epic Game Store. It's gonna be free to play. I'm hoping it brings in a ton of more people, gets a ton more eyes on it. I mean, what can go wrong?
Right, what could go wrong?
Does definitely all the people that have been grinding at those low ranks forever will all of a sudden have a bunch of complete scrubs to boost them up a little bit. So I think they'll feel it more than anybody else.
Right. Is the free to play version coming to like other platforms too, or is it just PC?
No, everything's
everything
on RL is gonna be free to play.
Really?
And
Yeah.
it'll be like how Fortnite's through Epic Games accounts. So kind of the idea.
Gotcha. Okay.
Back in my day in 2015, it was actually free to play for me as well.
Why was that?
And just when they introduced it, it was free to play for everybody
Really?
at the same deal. And then they ended up changing it. I think is it $30 now?
It's 20 bucks.
I know they said it's 20. They said
20.
it at like $30. And I remember one day I was like in GameStop getting like a $9 headset or something because I wanted to be able to talk to people in PlayStation parties, and saw it like there for sale for like $30. And I was like, I didn't even know this game was more than just some free like download on PlayStation.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So, are they gonna be changing the model of the game at all? Because I know there are microtransactions in like the full purchase game. Are they gonna be ramping that up a bit to make up for people not paying for it?
No,
Really?
no. So what they did, when Epic Games bought Psyonix, the company that makes Rocket League,
Mhm.
they implemented a bunch of new stuff. They used to have crates, like a lottery system, like CS:GO kind of, but they did away with that and then made everything blueprints,
Okay.
and so you get these blueprints and they cost like $20 to open. Totally excessive amount of money. I
Right.
paid it a couple times, of course, right? But they have this whole new system. They have an item shop with rotating, just like Fortnite. It's pretty much not identical to Fortnite, but
Same
it is,
concept.
It's the same. They're implementing all the same concepts they did in Fortnite, that they're just building upon it in Rocket League.
Interesting.
Very similar. So they're getting plenty of the Rocket Pass, which is like the Battle Pass.
Right.
A lot of games are doing that now.
Is it used the same way as the battle pass? Like you have to complete a few achievements and you make your way through it. Interesting. Huh.
You go up by XP, but there's also challenges
Right.
that you go up by. So they won't change
essentially
anything.
it's just time played.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They won't change that because they changed that last year.
So how long until a 100 player Rocket League match then?
I don't know, but
I don't know.
getting that.
I'm pretty sure Rocket League was supposed to be like open world, and then you go into your match. I'm pretty
Really?
sure that was like the original.
Oh, that would've been
concept, so
cool.
if they bring that back. Why not?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's fun enough to like control the cars in game. I would kind of personally enjoy like some other way to play the game other than just like the competitive mode, you know.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
The competitive mode kept all us hooked. It's not
Right.
going to keep everyone hooked, but it'll keep a lot of people hooked.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. I guess this is an actual thing. The cars have skins, right? But the skins can actually change the gameplay a bit, like per skin, right? Like some cars are able to like dodge a bit more. Or what?
The frame of the car, like
Right.
the car itself, there's a bunch of different. Yeah, like there's one that looks like a little RC race car, and there's one that looks like a flat, maybe like sports car.
And they actually have those hitboxes.
Yeah, the hitboxes are slightly different. Like I wouldn't say that one hitbox is like objectively better than another. They're like if it's lower to the ground, it's a little bit longer front to back, and if it's a little bit higher off the ground, it's a little bit shorter in that. And so they're probably very similar volumes, I would say, of hitboxes,
Right.
but it's just a little bit different shaped, and people prefer different things. Yeah, it's pretty cool to try them all.
Right.
And if you're having a bad day, you'll blame the hitbox and try a different one. And
I don't know how much you want to talk to Jack here about hitboxes, because he uses the absolute worst car in the game.
Oh yeah.
He uses just this giant van.
Yeah. I use
I don't know.
one
Sounds like
that's
it'd be
been
easier to hit
used
the ball if it
heavily
was that big.
early years.
So Rocket League has like 5 standardized hitbox. I think it's 5.
Okay.
4 or 5. And
I think it's fine.
and every car fits that hitbox. So there's like the Octane hitbox, which is like what most people use, which is like the most popular one.
Right.
And then the rest of them are kind of used, mostly not. So there are different ways to hit it, but it's usually congregated around the 1 or 2 hitboxes.
So yeah, way back in the day, there were 20, 25 cars or something, and every single one had their own unique hitbox. And what happened was people were only using like 3 different cars
Right.
of the 20 something options. And so they took the cars that were the most popular. It was at the time it was like Octane, Dominus, Batmobile. The literal Batmobile was one of the cars people
I think I
preferred
remember hearing back in the day about
yeah.
how everyone would use the Batmobile. Yeah.
Yeah, and they took one that I don't actually remember which frame it was modeled after, but it was a hybrid sort of between the Octane and Dominus, and then they had the Breakout was like the thinnest, longest of them all. Were I think the five that they decided to make every other car in the game just fit one of those hitboxes. So they took
Hmm.
away a lot of like uniqueness from some of the cars,
Right.
but because of that, they're now like instead of the one Octane that 80% of players use, 70% of players use, whatever, there's five cars that play exactly like the Octane, or
Interesting.
six cars or something like that. And so it's just like I think it was kind of to try and keep those other bodies that they had made like alive. For
So
sure.
what's the best car then?
That's the big debate.
I use one of those. The Octane is the standard one you're given when you start playing the game.
Oh yeah.
It's the little RC race car looking one. And I use a car. The big van has that exact same hitbox. It just looks different.
It's
And
just big.
so I guess I'm on the hype train hitbox as far as that is, even though it's the weird way of playing it.
Right.
But yeah,
What about you,
I don't
Evan?
know. People like them all. Pros play all different cars.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty boring. I just play the Octane, which is like the standard car. I mean, most people use it, and then so I'd use that.
And is that the same for you, Ezio?
I hop between the Octane and Fennec, but I've been maining the Fennec for the longest time now. The Fennec is it's my car. I don't know.
It just feels right.
Same hitbox.
It just feels right. The Fennec was one of the crate cars before they removed crates.
It was the last crate car, I'm pretty sure. Before
Was
they moved
it?
the crates, they released it last summer, and then one of the players that used it won a major LAN, and then
Mhm.
after that, it became one of the standard cars.
Yeah, because no one was using it until
Chaussette
Chaussette, pro player, won DreamHack with it, and then everyone started getting it.
Mm-hmm.
The price probably jumped on the market.
Right.
Yeah.
So now it just comes default.
Now for me, it's default. Like I don't know.
Fennec isn't default.
I go back.
Yeah,
well,
I
for
don't-
me,
I don't
it's
have a
my
Fennec.
default car.
It's a default car, but you have to buy it still.
Oh,
It
okay,
can come
gotcha.
in
Yeah, you have to buy
blueprints,
it.
or it doesn't come. I don't know if they'll change that when it goes free to play. I don't think it will. But
Probably not.
Interesting.
There's a lot of like the DeLorean, the Batmobile, a lot of things that you could have bought that are going to be free
Oh
for
really?
everyone that's had the game before it's free to play. Yeah.
Huh.
There
I guess
were probably like 20.
right.
Sorry.
I remember. I only have the Switch version of the game, so that just shows how much of a casual I am. But I believe the Batmobile actually came free with the Switch version, so I wonder if they've like.
I think they made the Batmobile free, but then when their contract ran out with Warner Bros, you
Oh.
can't really buy the DLC anymore.
Gotcha.
I don't think the Batmobile and DeLorean are going free because I don't think you can get those anymore.
Right. I got in early then. So do you have any teams you're keeping an eye on for Rocket League right now? Favorite players, favorite teams that are playing
You talking
the
like
game?
in the esports world?
Yeah, or in the non-esports world, whatever.
If
Whatever
you're talking
fits your
esports
fancy.
world, I'm a big
Oh.
Liquid just joined Rocket League and I hopped on the bandwagon and bought a $20 shirt.
Oh, there we go.
So definitely looking out for them. So they're fun org, and obviously, and the players they picked up were a lot of fun. So
So
hopefully
they're
they
just
do
getting
well.
started.
What org did you point to, Evan? I didn't see.
Team Liquid,
Liquid.
Speed, Cucks, and Fruity.
Cool. Yeah, Kux is like one of the oldest players. He's been around. He's been the best in the game since one of the best in the game since before I started.
Oh yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, he was one of the
Yeah.
SARP vets though. From
Yeah, he played the
Supersonic
PlayStation
Acrobatic
3
Rocket Powered Battle
He
Cars.
played the prequel.
game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's who I'm looking out for. That's who I'm rooting for.
I'm trying to figure out how to phrase my answer to this question because I root a lot for specific players that were really good at 1v1s
Oh,
in
yeah?
Rocket League. It's sort of like a frowned upon game mode just because it's so frustrating to
Right.
everyone to play, but to get good at it is really, really hard. And so it's what I like to do way back in the day was play ones, and it's what just about everyone else who plays the game hates to do. But when people get really solid at ones, they start to just like be able to pull off crazy things in like the team versions of the game. And there's a guy right now, his name's First Killer. He's on Rogue Esports. That is just he's probably the best 1v1 player in North America, and just
Really?
on a 3v3 field, he's just like a cut above everybody else, like winning challenges and getting to the ball first and hitting absurd shots like in every game he plays. And it's really cool to watch people that are, you can tell are ones players that then take that like inherent 1v1 ability and like apply it to threes. But a bunch of people like that are, I'm more fan, honestly, I'm like this in all sports, but I'm more of a fan of individual players than teams.
That's fair.
Probably.
Is would you say like ones is more entertaining to watch than 3v3s overall?
I don't
No?
think so.
Less
It's
action.
more
I
fun
like
for me to
3v3.
play sometimes. Yeah.
One,
Threes
one's
just, there's
takes
so
a-
many.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
There's just so many cool things that can happen in threes, and ones is kind of repetitive at times. But
That's fair.
yeah, it builds certain skills that are really useful for threes.
The way I see it, like with soccer, you got Lionel Messi taking on an entire team. That's what the ones players are in 3v3. When they
Gotcha.
when they 1v3 in a team and just absolutely annihilate people. That's what you live to see in a
Right.
3v3 environment.
So who are you looking out for right now then, Azu?
Well, Liquid's definitely up there on my list. They're probably my favorite EU team right now.
Oh yeah.
For NA, NRG is great with Squishy, Justin, and Garrett G. I still like G2. They're struggling right now. Rizzo, Chicago, JNaps. I still like them. They're just struggling right now. Hopefully they can figure it out before RLCS.
Cool stuff.
I guess that's it.
Yeah. Anna Lamb in the chat is asking, if you're driving a car at 60 miles an hour and have your headlights on, is the light moving at the speed of light plus 60 miles an hour?
Right.
I'm sure that's related to cars.
Yeah, very much so. I think
I think so.
it would be.
And then Wall was also curious, what are their takes on the Milk Boys team? We gotta know about the Milk Boys.
No, we don't.
Evan, you have to explain yourself.
I hope we never have to play against them. Is all I'm saying.
Good thing we
No,
all
the
go to
Milk
the same
Boys are
school
my
here.
team. Milk Boys are my team outside of UC Rocket League.
Fair
We're
enough.
not very good.
Hey, it's okay. We all like cars. We all like soccer balls. It works out.
Yeah.
Ooh, and then I think Wall said something else. Wall just wants to know, Evan, what is Rocket League? How would you explain Rocket League to someone who
Right,
doesn't
so-
know Rocket League?
How can I explain Rocket League to someone who doesn't know Rocket League? It's the easiest video game you can possibly describe to someone.
That's
You
pretty
got
true.
cars with rockets on them hitting the ball, playing soccer.
That's about
I don't know how else you describe it.
it's about that simple.
It's about that simple.
All right. Well, I guess speaking of the Milk Boys, do we have any rivals on the radar for UC Rocket League, whether it be
Yes.
fellow
Yes,
teammates
100%,
opposing schools?
100%,
Who's that?
100%. So there's this university. Not that I know them personally. But I
Naturally.
have a history. I have an arch nemesis in the Rocket League scene.
A team or a
I-
specific person?
No, but a specific person I go years back with, and
Oh, okay.
it's the venomous hate. So
Years back in just Rocket League sense, or is this
No,
is this
just
an
Rocket League
interpersonal
sense.
connection?
No. This is we met in Rocket League. We
Okay.
hated each other in Rocket League, and we continue. And so he just he got us. We go way back, and there's some a long story. I've said sorry. He's
Oh,
but
what are we getting into
let's
here?
roll it back here. So he goes to King University. Now where's
Okay.
King? I don't know. In the middle of nowhere, Tennessee. Who knows?
Pulling up
Whatever.
Google Maps right now.
So he goes, and so we actually ran into him recently because our other teammate Cash picked up a scrim against King University. I'm like, oh god, no, just say no.
Right.
And of course, because this player's name is Matt, right? And this Matt, right? He just venomously hates me, and we hate each other. And let me tell you, there's nothing we can do. Last time we played him, we swept him. Just saying.
There we go. That's all we needed to
You're
hear.
forgetting, you're forgetting what he said would happen before the series.
Oh,
His-
okay.
his take.
You go ahead with that, Jack. You can talk.
Yeah, Cash was like, will you scrim us? And he was like, I don't know if you guys are high ranked enough for us.
Oh.
And then Cash said something like, well, like we've kept up with people that are better than us before. And Matt said, and I quote,
That's
all
not,
right
that's not what he
then,
said. That's not what
well,
That makes
we'll
it sound too
clap you
innocent.
real quick.
That makes it sound too innocent. No. What happened was that we were all set to scrim, and then I told Cash, tell Matt I said hi, and Matt said, you're not that high ranked. And then we're like, okay. And then he said, we'll clap you real quick. Well, we won 4-0. So
There we go.
Yikes. But so yeah, if you want to talk about a rivalry, I got a rivalry.
That's the rivalry.
So.
Anyone else on the radar?
There are a ton of good teams,
Yeah?
a ton of good schools at Rocket League. There are people that have been there before. To like CRL is the league that happens in the fall and spring.
Right.
And I think they do 8 teams East Conference, 8 teams Western Conference, and
12.
yeah, there are a ton of 12. Yeah, there are like 12 teams from each side that are outstanding, that are going to be tough competitors if we do want to get in to that Eastern Conference. But I think we can do it.
Yeah, UC's built for it.
Yeah.
We had a hot start to the summer for like the summer series. We had a hot start. We were doing a lot of big things, and then as the summer wore on, we didn't grind as much, and then we kind of slumped away. But once the fall comes back, I know I'm gonna be grinding because I only have class 1 day a week. So
there we go. All right, cool. I'm actually gonna add John real quick. He's available.
Oh yeah, get John.
Kind of looked over him.
Oh, not John.
Not John. Uh-oh, it's John.
Hello.
Hey, John.
No.
Sorry for missing you
Hey,
earlier.
John.
Oh, you're all good. Sorry I'm late. My
No worries.
friend asked me to go dog sit for her, and I was taking her dog out.
Fair enough. If you do want to do face cam, you can. If not, it's not required, but certainly welcome.
I don't think this laptop has a very good camera, so
That's what
I'll
I
just
said.
do a
Mine
close
looked
voice.
like that too.
No
And then
worries.
I got
John's
this
the-
light right
John's
in
the
here. Maybe I
prettiest
can
of
fix
us
it.
all.
No.
Oh, I'm fixing it.
Live on camera.
I'm a genius.
Wow.
Tech fixes right here.
It's because my light was in the camera.
Oh wow, yeah, that looks worlds better now. Just now noticed. Great. Okay. Well, I guess John, now that you're in here now, do you want to introduce yourself to the illustrious viewers?
Sure. So I'm just John. If you see me in the Discord, it's JFay. I used to be not your friend. I was the past semester's community head for Rocket League, and I've played on the Rocket League team since it started. Yeah.
Cool. What are your thoughts on Rocket League going free to play?
I'm really excited for it. I've got a lot of friends that have been asking to play with me that they didn't want to buy it, but now that it's free to play, they're gonna play some. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Seems like it's generally a positive consensus, which, I don't know too much about like the competitive scene, but I thought it would be pretty much a negative thing, but I guess it's good that it's good.
Why would you think it'd be a negative thing? We didn't touch on that.
I guess I didn't give it much thought, but I was just kind of like, oh, I wonder if that could bring negative things to it. I guess my first thought was it would just get pretty microtransaction heavy. But if they're able to sustain it now, and like it was said, it was free previously, so which I didn't know. So I guess it's really not that huge of a change.
I know.
I think they've done a pretty good job with the microtransactions, making them at least clear on what you're getting. I mean, they are overpriced, but you're not forced to, and it's entirely cosmetic.
Right. Doesn't it like gives you the rates of what you would get, right? Or
That's the old
was that
crate
with the
system.
boxes? Okay.
That was with the crates. Now it's just you pay for what you get. You know what you're getting when you pay for it.
Right.
Yeah, nowadays you kind of gotta wait around till whatever it is you want pops in the shop and then you buy it.
So it's like just like the Fortnite scheme then. Well, I mean,
the thing is, though,
it's pretty
with
good
Rocket League and Fortnite, the Fortnite pros would have all the coolest skins and dances and whatever, and the Rocket League elite players go back to the standard car.
Right.
They don't care about any type of
Yeah.
decal or anything.
I'd be lying if I
All
said
the
I didn't feel that
stock
placebo placement. If it's my car's too crazy, I feel like I don't hit the ball as well.
Mm-hmm. You got to
So,
go with something a bit more vanilla.
Yeah.
Batmobile Gang.
Right? Okay, cool. I guess we talked on this earlier. John, what's the best car in the game? What's your favorite car?
Oh, yeah.
Batmobile, obviously.
Oh, there it is.
Clearly the best.
Cool.
Also helps with microtransactions because I can't customize it other than goal explosions, so no need to buy those things.
Fair enough. What are your takes on the Milk Boys?
They're very amusing to watch. They're good.
That's all we need.
I really like Milk, so
I mean, who
hard
doesn't?
to root against them.
Good for the bones. Great thing to base your team off of. Favorite competitive teams, favorite competitive player?
I mean, I really like watching Squishy play, so seeing him move to NRG is going to be really cool. But yeah, mostly just a fanboy.
Fair enough.
Him and Cuxer.
And then right before you joined in, we were talking about rivals. Do you have any personal rivals? Do we have any rival teams for UC Rocket League that you're keeping an eye on?
I wouldn't say we really have rivals. Pretty much all the teams we played against have been very friendly, and even if we lose, they're still good sports about it, which has always been great.
Hey, good to hear then. All right, now that we're all caught up to speed, we got the last two main topics for the podcast, and then I guess if we have time left, we can just talk about rocket cars aimlessly. Any big highlights for UC Rocket League? Big moments in the past, big moments coming up. What do you have to brag about for UC Rocket League? This is
John has more history with UC specific Rocket League. I can talk more to what we did this summer. We started hot, like I said. We did a lot of cool things. We won a couple brackets. I guess I did start some. I did ruffle some feathers in the Collegiate Carball Discord by calling some people out who said they lost to a crap team. Got swept. So. It wasn't Matt. Although Matt backed him up. I'm like, we swept you too. But I did ruffle some feathers by calling people out for talking like they, we lost to this team. We shouldn't have. Be like, you got swept.
Right.
So it really, I did ruffle some feathers there. So I guess I can't say it's all been fine and dandy. So that's kind of been the highlight. I kind of talked some crap
fun
with
moment.
some players. Yeah. Talked some crap with some players and then didn't back it up later. So what can you do?
Right.
We've had some good wins over some quality teams, and we've played a lot of great teams very close. Like we've lost 2-1 or 3-2 in series to teams that probably have a really solid shot also at making it into those 12 team groups, whatever. But yeah, I think we're not far from being where we need to be. But yeah,
good to hear.
Yeah, I think Evan mentioned that I could talk more historically. We had a team historically, Bearcat Z. We made a wildcard play-in out of the open ladder one season for CRL, and then we lost in that. But that's kind of why one of our teams is kind of retaining the name of Bearcat Z. Is it just historically there?
Right.
I think as far as where we've been as a program, what we have going right now is looking to be the strongest we've ever looked. And I'm really excited to watch UC play this fall because I think our teams are really getting up there now.
Yeah, I'd say we're all really excited for the future of not just UC Rocket League, but all of our teams in general. I think with the big changes that are coming to the club could lead to a lot of success for the teams in general. So I'm really excited to see what we're going to be doing with that. Are there any tournaments, or I guess tournaments would just be the only thing. Tournaments on the horizon for the fall semester that you guys are going to be shooting for?
We're probably just playing some weeklies or monthlies until they announce the fall season of Sierra. So
Cool.
Until then, it'll just kind of be scrims or weeklies, monthlies.
So you said they're announcing the fall season. Do they?
At some point, I hope so.
So is it just fall and spring seasons, or how do those work?
in the past, they've done fall and spring seasons, and then this summer they did a summer series, but it wasn't official and didn't have as big of a prize pool. I don't know, since the professional scene changed. It used to be a league play, but now it's a open. It's like a split system with a bunch of tournaments, like CS:GO. They flipped to that. I wonder if they'll flip the CRL scene, because that was league play, and I wonder if they'll do an open play-in kind of way.
Interesting.
But who knows? Who knows when they'll announce it?
Right.
So.
Anything else on the docket for the future for you guys?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just CRL, and as Evan said, we just play weeklies, monthlies, whatever we can get our hands on.
Right.
Those weeklies and monthlies aren't even just collegiate events. Those are just general community competitive events. You could run up against pros. They've run up against pros that made RLCS land before.
No kidding.
And they were like the only team to take games off these people. And they swept
nice.
the entire bracket. So these two right here with Cash, who unfortunately couldn't be here, they do pretty solid against some really, really good players.
Good stuff. All right, cool. I mean, that's pretty
Little
much
asterisk, they were South American pros.
Oh, really?
North American.
Hey, now.
pros.
RLCS pro
a
nonetheless.
little disadvantage for.
They had some ping issues, but
Oh, okay. Say no more. Say no more.
we did take games off.
Right, yeah.
They were
That's
playing all NA teams too, and they swept everybody except you guys.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that felt good.
I'm sure it did.
It made it feel better to have lost it.
Yeah. Cool. I mean, that's all I really got on the agenda for you guys. Do you have any topics that you might want to bring to the table that we could talk about? Or we could call it a
I'm trying to
night.
think of overarching general things. to talk
I think
about.
if we go back to the free-to-play thing, I think getting anyone in the university to just play the game, and
Yeah.
we can get more and more people playing the game. I mean, hopefully it'll be as big as League of Legends or Dota, with how easy it is access to get the game and how easy it is to watch for. And I know you were saying something about how free-to-play might be a bad thing, but I think they were always going to release it free-to-play this summer.
Oh yeah.
Because there was supposed to be an Olympic event.
Oh.
So Olympic, not sponsored, but I guess kind of sponsored, but it was an Olympic event. That was supposed to happen this summer. That obviously didn't happen because of COVID.
Right.
But I think that was always the idea, was to put free to play with an Olympic event, and I know so many people are going to see it. So hopefully, I think they're still doing it next year. I don't know, but hopefully with the new free to play and everyone can see the game. So.
Yeah, I guess thinking about it more, that also leads to potential for great events to have just in general, and with the club too. I know we had the Minds Giving last fall, which was an event based around you can get Minecraft for free if you have a student. Just use a student email. So that'd be a great way to plan some events around Rocket League, because before it would have been a bit more niche around the university, but now you can literally just show up and play Rocket League during our events if you have a laptop. So that'd be pretty cool.
I just wanted to say that right now, the way I see it, the stars are really aligning for Rocket League right now with going free to play, the change up in how esports is ran now, because it was always a league play system for the last 4 years, whatever it's been. Now it's, as Evan said, the split system, very similar to CSGO. I think it's going to bring a lot of traction, especially on Twitch. And because it's free to play, people are just going to pick it up. They're going to see it. It's so easy to watch. It's so easy to understand what's happening.
Right.
It's so funny to be bad at, at the beginning.
I just think people are going to pick it up. It's free to play, so there's no reason not to. And then they're going to try it. And if they're like the three of us here, John too, we just get addicted to trying to get better.
Right.
That's all it really is. There's nothing to grind for. You're just trying to get better.
Fair enough. It's the satisfaction.
Yeah, that's really all you grind for.
Do you guys know how many hours you've put into the game? Offhand?
I wish I did, dude. PS4
Steam
doesn't
has
track
it.
it.
All right, let's find it. Hold on.
I know on my main account I've got just over 2,000 hours.
There we go.
I got 2,200.
And that's
Across all platforms, I'm 3,800 maybe.
These guys are playing the game.
Yeah.
It's
Rest
just a
assured.
game that hours start racking up. Like I can play like a single player game and I'll play for like 50 hours and be like, oh my god, I played that forever. And
Yeah,
I'm like
right?
2,000 hours into Rocket and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Rocket League has such a difference between 2,000 and 3,000 and 3,000 and
For
4,000
sure.
hours. Like it's really you still keep climbing like so steadily. There are
Yeah.
pros with probably 8 and 10,000 hours that are still getting better, and it's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It takes that long to.
Which I think
Yeah,
that's
so-
also one of the things I really like about the game is you continue improving with your hours, but also like, 2,000 hours to be, towards the higher ranks, even if I'm not up there in GC, but I'm able to get a GC title. At 2,000 hours is really nice compared to some other games like League of Legends I used to play, and I've got
I'm sorry to
at
hear
least
that.
8,000 hours. Yeah, me too. But I've got at least 8,000 hours, and I'm nowhere near the top in that game.
Right.
So I think Rocket League's also just more accessible with less hours.
Fair enough. More fun. Debatably.
Well, I'm, here for Rocket League, so I think I'm a little biased,
Right,
but
right.
that's okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, we're all biased. I think with Rocket League though, it's just as you just play the game, you just naturally get better, and the more you do things, like it's all muscle memory, your ability. Well, I was gonna say on controller, but John plays keyboard, so keyboard or controller, whatever it is you use, it's your muscle memory ability to just do the actions and let everything happen in game. It. I don't know. I'm kind of losing train of thought.
No,
KVM
understandable. What thoughts on keyboard versus controller for Rocket League?
So
Dude, I don't know
Yeah.
how keyboard players do
I
it.
I don't know how keyboard players do it, but
Really?
Cash, our other teammate, also plays keyboard. I don't get it. I mean, when you have a controller and you're moving the stick around, you have so much more control compared to if you're fully tilting in one direction.
Right.
So I mean, little adjustments midair. I don't know how these guys do it. They do it. There's pros with keyboard and mouse. Kudos to them. I don't see.
They're like, what are they like 3?
Yeah,
Two?
Yukio, Fruity, and probably 2. So I think controller is obviously better, but if someone's hellbent on KBM, it shouldn't stop them from playing the game.
Right.
Still can make it
Possible.
to- Yeah.
How do you do it, John?
I mean, part of it, I've always played computer games, so I've always been used to keyboard
That's fair.
controls. Get the right keybinds and just spend the time learning how to do the stuff. There are a few things that are harder with keyboard and mouse. Like everyone was saying, I don't have the full 360 degrees as easily, which is most apparent using my second flip. But there are some other things that I think it is better for as well. There are some mechanics that messing with that stick is a lot more complicated than mouse and keyboard. As long as I hit 2 keys, I perfectly execute the mechanic every time, which is really nice.
No, don't listen to him. He uses the Batmobile, this gigantic piece of paper that you can't miss the ball if you tried with. and
Right.
he dives into it every time.
Man.
Come on.
Jelp wants Evan to talk about him.
No, I don't want to talk about Job.
Oh, come on.
Jelp's my roommate.
He requested it.
Jelp's the one who showed me the game. I'm
Oh.
a late bloomer when I got into this game. These guys were like 2016, 2015. I didn't get into late 2017.
Okay.
So I have no lifed it for the past couple years. So
Shout
Jelp's
outs
the one
to
who got
Jelp.
me into the game, and Jelp and I grinded through the ranks together and made it all the way here. We actually would have never known about the UC Esports Club unless we found Ezio
Oh, yeah?
in ranked with a UC Rocket League picture, and I'm like, yo, what's that? So that's a funny little tidbit, and then the rest we teamed, had fun, blah 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 blah. Yeah, but no, Jelp is good buddy, roommate. We just went through the ranks together. He's a big caster now. He loves
no kidding.
casting. So I mean, that man's actually really good at it. So if you wanted me to talk about him, there it is.
There we go. Thanks,
He's
Jelp.
one of your milk boys too.
Oh, he's
He
a
is
milker?
one of
Can't
the
leave that out.
best.
He's one of the OGs.
Yeah, you can't forget
Yeah,
to mention the milk. Man, how big of a group are the Milk Boys? Is it just 3 of them? Or
There's just 4 of us. I don't know why this keeps coming up.
I didn't realize you were a milk boy.
It's your history, Evan.
This has nothing to pertain to what is this podcast.
I don't know. We'll have a spin-off called the Milkcast pretty soon. Just wait.
Podcast.
The UC Esports Milkcast.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Have the
Something like
Milk
that.
Boys guest.
Yeah, the Milk Boys cast.
Unbelievable.
When are you guys getting matching shirts?
It's something we've talked about for a long time.
Not even jerseys, just like got milk shirts
Milk shirts? Oh jeez.
instead of like milk.
Why
coming
is
out of the
why is
glass,
this
it's
even
a car.
coming up?
I don't know. Seems like a
This has
pretty
been, like,
popular
the
topic.
majority of the podcast.
Yeah, right. It's 20
The
percent.
Milk Boys.
20.
What's the Milk Boys stance on their for St. Patty's Day? They had vanilla mint milk. What were your thoughts on that?
Who's
Who
they?
drinks milk?
They
on St.
drank it or
Patrick's
like?
No, I found some at Kroger and bought it. It was
Oh.
actually pretty good.
wasn't
I will
drinking
not
milk
take your
on
word
St.
for it.
Patrick's Day.
Yeah, Waller L seems pretty hyped up for milk shirts. So there you go.
So,
You know your market,
yeah, I got a market for it.
right? It's very niche, but they're dedicated.
Very niche.
Well,
Out
all
of
right.
Control.
I guess that's about that. Unless anyone has anything else, we think we pretty much discussed all you really could about rocket cars for the past 40
I
minutes.
think Wall just brought up a good question there, though.
Oh yeah? Oh wait, that just popped up. Evan, we gotta know, why do you always hit the crossbar? He's just getting rimmed tonight. All right, well, thank you everyone for tuning in to the UC Sports Podcast.
So that crossbar, we have a very intimate relationship.
What is the crossbar?
What is the crossbar?
Oh wait, is that the thing up top or?
Yeah, like in any sport, like say
Is he
say
gonna
my TV. Oh, it's not moving. Never mind. Never mind. So yeah, it's just the bar on top of the.
Right.
So that's called a crossbar, and Wall seems to believe that I am notorious for putting my shots off of the crossbar.
I
Yeah,
don't know, it's
typically, right, if you shoot at the crossbar and it hits the crossbar, you don't score.
Yeah, that
Typically.
typically does happen. Okay, so
You're
let
telling me
go
if
to
something
the
blocks the ball will be blocked?
So
Correct.
they call the crossbar the fourth defender.
Okay.
So
The fourth defender.
yeah, that's dubbed by me. So typically when you hit the ball and it goes in the crossbar, you don't score it, just like Jackson.
Right. So why
So-
do you always hit it then? Like, just don't.
You know, one thing in the heat of the moment, one thing leads to another. You know, you snap of the fingers. You're coming in hot. You're like, I'm scoring this ball.
Right.
Boom. Hit off the crossbar.
And then you hit the
And
crossbar.
then there's a sigh from the rest of the team, be like, "Oh my god."
He did it again.
See, if you drive Batmobile though, the double taps are easier because you have more
no,
surface area
no,
to hit it.
no. When you hit the Batmobile and you try to hit the ball, it goes straight to the ceiling.
Exactly like that.
That's
when
only
are-
when you go for flicks.
That's true.
So when are they removing the crossbar then, per your request?
I don't think that they would. So
Not yet.
I've written multiple emails about this.
Right.
Sonics just doesn't listen to me. I
Just
mean,
become a drop shot pro.
I would
Yeah.
like to request a ping noise when the ball hits the
I'd be all
crossbar.
for a ping.
Crossbar.
I'd be for just a ping off the crossbar.
It'd be very satisfying.
Right, yeah. It'd make it a bit more bearable. Yeah. Wall just suggested, oh, you wouldn't be Evan if you didn't hit the crossbar.
Oh, thank you.
So,
I'm touched, honestly.
yeah. The people care. It's your trademark, apparently.
Thank you.
Well,
I don't think Matt's ever hit the crossbar.
really?
No, never. Not once in his life has he hit the crossbar.
I mean,
Okay,
I'm
he'll
pretty
just complain
sure
about ping.
you have to hit the crossbar to be community head, so
That's
kind of how it
how
works
that's
out.
I don't think I hit the crossbar. I just missed the net.
You shouldn't have told me that.
I guess I hit the crossbar too.
Really? All right, we'll keep you in mind. Man.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
Well, I guess we'll call it a night then. Thanks for tuning in or coming on to the show tonight, guys. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah. It was a constructive conversation about car soccer,
Yeah.
which
Everyone, before closing remarks, please, when Rocket League goes free to play, download it, get addicted like all of us, make it mainstream and accepted. I mean, nothing better than a little bit of cars shooting up in the air, hitting the balls around. So,
a fun time with the boys.
exactly.
Hop in the Discord, play with us.
Yeah.
We'll carry you.
Mm-hmm.
We have
Okay.
community nights where we play fun game modes.
Yeah, just
They give me control of them, and I ruin everything.
oh no. Yeah, just make sure you go into join team and add the Rocket League role so you can join the community.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I guess without further ado, that's not the phrase. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. We'll see you next week for another episode of the UC Esports podcast. Until then, have a wonderful evening and good night.
Thanks. Peace.
Yep.
See ya.
Peace.